Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. We're back again to look at, this time, the Cloth Relic Armors, the Cultist set. So starting with the Cultist Cowl, we have Inner Corruption, applies a 7-second long debuff to an enemy. When used on players, deals 183 magic damage each time this player attacks or uses an ability. When used on creatures, deals 91 magic damage per second. I mean, if you think about this and just how much damage this is actually capable of doing, it's very, very scary. Even if you have it at like 2 attacks per second, it's going to be like, so if you use it on like a Whispering Bow that's doing 2 attacks per second, it will trigger on every single attack. That's so much damage. You can put this on a healer, although it can be cleansed off. It just does a lot of damage. I can't really show you because I've got no one else to show you on, but it just does an absolute ton of damage. And it's a fairly long cooldown, which I think does balance out for how much damage you could potentially put out. But it's effectively like a purge, if you think about it in like GVG sense. In that a Fire Staff casts Obsessive Burst, you put Inner Corruption on him, you're going to stop him being able to cast because he's going to do too much damage to himself. You see, I don't know, a Clown Blade walking up, and you put it on just as they're about to try and clap. They're going to take damage rolling in or rolling out. They're going to take damage clapping. They're going to, like, you can guarantee a decent amount of damage. This does scale quite nicely with cloth, cloth damage increase. But honestly, I've been using it on tank and testing it on a tank, running this setup, like the Cultist Cowl, the Guardian Armor, and the Cultist Shoes, which I'll talk about in a second. And basically using it just to shut down damage on me and actually put out more pressure. And I think it's very, very effective. This sort of setup that I'm running at the moment, running like the Staff of Balance Guardian Armor, I can actually put out a lot of pressure even as a tank now. And it actually really suits my playstyle, so it's something I'm considering playing in the next patch. It definitely looks to be quite fun. Let's talk about Cultist Shoes then. So, Rotten Ground. For the next 5 seconds, your move speed will increase by 30%, and you will leave a trail of rotten ground behind when moving. If an enemy touches the rotten ground, their healing received is reduced by 20%, and they'll take damage over time. They leave the area, the damage is inflicted an additional 4 times. So this is what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. Nice animation to it. Effectively, it's like Druid Shoes, but damaging. So it increases your move speed, reduces their healing received, which is huge. That's massive. And honestly, 30-second cooldown. I have killed people as a tank with this. Mainly because, and this is why I'm playing the Staff of Balance setup, is that if you see a healer burn his cleanse, right, or you walk up to a healer, you use in stun run, and we're gonna call this Rhino here our healer. So we walk up when my cooldowns are off. We walk up, we stun him. He cleanses, right? You then Inner Corruption and start doing the damage and Staff of Balance. He's not going anywhere now. I mean, he's so slow. And look how much damage it actually does, even in plate. You really are going to be able to do a lot of damage with this thing. And honestly, I think it's going to make tanks just have so much pressure in a fight. I think a tank can ultimately run up on a healer or on a backliner and control them. And that's why I think Staff of Balance is going to go really nice with it and taking over the Druid Sandals and the Fiend Shoes. I think it could be really cool. And then finally, we have the Cultist Robe. So let me change my gear a second here. We have the Cultist Robe. Just important to note, it does have the same base stats as the Mage Robe, which is pretty cool. Having sort of the Relic Armors have like the highest tier of the gear, so Mage, Assassin, and Guardian. And we have Levitate. Start floating around the ground for up to 5 seconds. During this time, you're immune to physical damage and restore 4% energy and health every 0.5 seconds. So if we just go and take a load of rhinos, let's go get beaten up a little bit here. Oh no, I am dying. Completely immune to all damage, heals myself up, and it's actually like a 60% heal, which is incredible. I mean, that's so strong. So a couple of positives and negatives with it. The thing with it is the fact that the first positive with it, I mean, it's just so strong. It's like a dodge roll for anything melee. You can interrupt bear paws, you can block bear paws, you can block Clarent blades, you can block bloodletter executes, all of this good stuff. And I think that in itself is going to be so strong. But bad things, it can be interrupted by Staff of Balance. So Ironclad, Staff of Balance, two weapons that are very prominent right now. Both of them can interrupt this, and it's a little bit of a shame, just because realistically, if it was CC immune, I think it would be too strong. But also, it's a 5-second cast. You're probably not going to be able to get that full duration off. One thing you can do is actually run this with a Spectre Hood that we looked at yesterday, which resets chest cooldowns, and effectively casts your chest twice, which is almost, in fact, it's over 100% of your health. It's insane. But yeah, so this is the Cultist setup. Let me put all the gear on together so I can show you what it looks like. I think it looks amazing. This is obviously T8. I think it looks absolutely incredible, to be honest. And yeah, I like the hood. I think all of these have a place in the meta. Different places. I think the tank would be running at least the shoes, maybe even the helmet as well. I think ranged DPS could even run the helmet now as an alternative to like the Druid Cowl, Fiend Cowl setup. And then I think healers and backline DPS could be running the Cultist robe. So it's all really interesting. I'm pretty excited to see it. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you thought of any builds that we could be running with this, and let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and catch you later. Goodbye.